Well, we can really say out that the whole Western world is controlled by hypocrisy and double standard. Like it's ridiculous. Ever since yesterday, the what's the name? Knesset was passed in Israel, which means they have the right to execute by hanging Palestinians, specifically only Palestinians in Israel who commit crime against Israel, who murder Israeli people, which is just an excuse, by the way, because that phrasing can be used very, very easily for things, anything else as well, as they tend to do so, because we talk about the country that's committing genocide. The big European nations are deeply concerned. That's all that happened. A country made a law that they can now legally execute people 90 days after sentencing them to death. And a simple majority is enough for the decision from the court. And we talk about the military court in Israel, where 96% of the time they convict 96% of the time Palestinians. Are you fucking for real? It is quite literally the most disgusting Nazi regime that is in existence in the Second World War. And I do not want anyone to tell like, oh, they cannot be Nazis and how dare you talk about things like this. That's not how it fucking works. Read! There are five general points that shows if a nation is like that. And let's just say Israel is fitting four. Israelis are not Jewish. The believers of Judaism are not accepting it either. Any decent Jewish says what's happening there is despicable. And they hate it as well because they themselves, Jewish people, suffer the most because of that. So don't. And of course the big freedom fighters, the big justice fighters of the European Union, the big human rights and equality and freedom fighters do what? Oh, we are so deeply concerned that Israel made this law. The level of hypocrisy is unreal. Like it's disgusting. I feel ashamed that I'm European after how Kaja Kallas and von der Leyen and Friedrich Merz ruined the European Union. Every big nation in the European Union, which was supposed to be the motor, which was supposed to be the engine of it, which was supposed to make sure that we are becoming the nation that shows a future, is gone. Fucking joke. Look around what's happening in the world. Look what the fuck is happening there. Iran is being surprise attacked by Israel and America, and Europe is like, how dare you, Iran, bomb other nations around yourself? Oh, by the way, with precision strikes, because you don't really find civilians dead by Iranian attacks. Not like it's not happening the other way around, right, America? Right? And really unbelievable. I just fucking unreal. I don't want to believe how fucking pathetic and garbage the world we live in is. I can't believe how much it was fucked up by the United States of America, the big grand nation, which is literally controlled by a small circle of elite, and they literally sacrifice every fucking human being in this world if needed for more money. That just are you fucking for real? Like how low people can be. Like how many zeros these people need in their bank account so just finally they shut the fuck up and stop ruining the world. When Russia attacked Ukraine, It didn't take a fucking week and got sanctions everywhere. How dare you attack an independent nation? How dare you try to illegally annex territories from another country? And this is against every international law, and we stand strong. Europe is standing together, and we send every single European citizen there to die if needed. Don't worry about it. Oh, but wait. Israel is committing genocide, killing in the last, how many did die? 4 years, 3 years, more than 75,000 civilian. Why are they there? Right? In the last 4 years of war in Ukraine, there are approximately 20 to 25,000 civilian died, which is awful and a huge number. Like, fuck this shit level. But the fact it took less time for Israel to kill more, and not just kill more, but literally level whole cities, more than, let me ask for some help, more than 400,000 buildings were destroyed altogether. Do you understand that? Whole cities disappeared. Not just houses, whole cities were literally flattened. Gone. And then they're bombing schools, they're bombing universities, they're bombing thousands of years old monuments in Iran right now. Yo, by the way, annexing illegally territories from Lebanon. And statistically, or percentage-wise, they took more, or taking more right now from Lebanon than Russia did from Ukraine. And oh wait, we are so deeply concerned what's happening there. Are you motherfucking serious? And these dogs control us? These motherfuckers get our tax money. These spineless fucking, I would say rats, but I feel bad for the rats. Lead the world and show us what is the future. And even right now, at this moment, after everything that's happening, they only make excuses. And they are concerned. Not a single fucking sanction. Not a single fucking ban. Nothing. Oh, well, I mean, Israel is Israel, you know. What can we do? What international law, right? What is UN Charter, right? Every motherfucking basic international law was stamped by now by Israel. They are literally creating or created a Nazi empire. And if you don't believe me, ask your fucking AI. Just don't use ChatGPT, please, because it won't tell you much. And it's not about using AI, because that's not how you research. But you know what? I'm not expecting much of common people. Just use your fucking tools available to you. I don't even expect you to think. Not you. Anyone watches me. I love you all, and I hope we can build something, and I hope we can build a revolution, because this world should fucking burn. There's no future. Imagine your children will grow up in this world. Are you for real? This is the future you want for your children? You're with us on all four, or you fucking die. And I love that people's best fucking excuse is the fact that, oh, those people are terrorists. What the fuck are you even talking about, terrorists? You know what? I will give you a few fucking information, numbers. Check for yourself. You have fucking internet. You know? If you can watch me, you have internet. And if you have time to watch fucking TikTok, then you have internet as well. And you have time to fucking check and wake up finally. The terrorist organizations. And this is not conspiracy theory. These are informations. Data. Data. You know. Oh. Hamas was created by Israel. Ah, impossible! General Yitzhak Segev, or whatever the name, I'm sorry, not the type of name I'm saying often, who was a military governor of Gaza in the early 80s, said himself, oh yes, the government gave me the budget, Israeli government, and the military government gave it to the mosques so they could support Hamas. Because what they wanted a weak neighbor. And what is the best way to create a weak neighbor? Oh yeah, make sure there is war inside that country. Make sure there's revolution. Right? Liberating the people. Oh, by the way, it wasn't just that. It is literally a written, so real thing, that it was that fucking Netanyahu himself, the biggest criminal in the world with its dogs, who allowed hundreds of millions of dollars from Qatar to fly through directly from Israel to Hamas to support them in the name of humanitarian aid when Hamas was already under, you know, what the fuck is the word? Sanction. It wasn't about humanitarian aid. Oh, let's move on. Al-Qaeda. You know, the one that everyone knows by name by now. I hope you know Al-Qaeda was created by the CIA. Wanna check it yourself? Check CIA Operation Cyclone. That's all you need to know, and you will see what you need. Then let's move on. ISIS. Oh yeah, ISIS grew out from Al-Qaeda, which was created by CIA, United States, and it happened, by the way, after the invasion of Iraq in 2003 by the US. So they didn't just create Al-Qaeda, literally created it and financed it. Then, because of their invasion, was when ISIS was created. Are you really fucking so delusional? You still wanna believe, those people deserve to die because they're terrorists? There are no other terrorists in this world than the United States and Israel. Everything else is propaganda, and that is how fucking deeply the American soft power is controlling the world and the media. Oh, and search these informations because you can find yourself. Otherwise, you can even say, like, this is widely acknowledged by US officials themselves, by the way, that, what's his name? General James Mattis, a former CIA director, and Davis Petros, both acknowledged that, oh yeah, ISIS was our fault. Sorry. But you know what? It was a good excuse to start a war. That we lost, by the way, but who cares? You know, America is such a winner, guys, right? Let's not get into it. But otherwise, oh, by the way, Hezbollah was, again, indirectly, but created by Israel when they started their first invasion on Lebanon in 82. Then the Taliban, for me, for example, that was already a long time knowledge, but apparently it's not for everyone. So, you know, everyone grows up differently with different informations. That was a radicalized group that was trained by the CIA because their job was to help fighting against the Afghan and Turkish, basically, at that time. Although, let's just stick to the Afghans, doesn't matter. And was left behind by the US later on. He was like, oh yeah, thanks for helping us. Yeah, well, we don't need any more Afghanistan, and we're leaving the war. You know, the chaos is there. Oops, sorry again. So yeah, they want to kill you all because you were helping us. Good luck. God be with you. And we could continue it. Do you know how many other organizations are there that was created either directly or indirectly by the US, because Israel and the US is the same, so I will just simplify it to US. And you still want to say like, oh yeah, those people deserve to die because otherwise they wake up and already their children is grabbing guns and they just want to kill Jews. No, no one wants to kill Jews. What people want to kill are Israelis, and with a reason. With a very fucking big reason. And just take a look around in Middle East and you will see why. That's the easiest way to see, because I don't even want you to think about how deeply they're involved in everything in the American politics, because trust me, you don't want to know. And this is the world we live in now. Like, if you're not with us, you're the main enemy. Take a look at Russia. Take a look at China. I'm sorry, but China is one of the most developing and, in my opinion, most amazing world. Because they created something in the last 30 years alone. Not like in the Middle East, not like Qatar and the rest, which is completely working out of Israeli and US money. China built everything alone. And the level of development they created in the last 50 years is just unreal. And Russia as well, I mean, not my favorite either, let's just say that, but honestly, anything is better than the US, yeah. So you can argue whatever you want, but just take a look around in the world. Take a look at Cuba, Venezuela, just to say the two most recent incidents. Oh, not to mention Iran, of course. Anytime the US wants something, they take it. They literally just said it out right now. Like, we want it, we take it. What can you do? That's the world order right now. There's no international system. There's no EU. There is no law. What we live by right now basically is an anarchy. The biggest dog ox, everyone else can suck. Or sunk. The funny thing, we could be so much better. We have so much potential to create something more, and we rather just stay and play monkeys. Other than one thing, you wanna hear my professional opinion from international relations analysis? The Third World War is here, yeah, because the crack that happened right now on the US controlled world is something they cannot take back anymore. This whole Irani war, I agree with some of my colleagues who say the whole Irani war was started because America had to start it. They were losing control. They started to fall out from being a monopoly superpower. And, America was always existing by war and blood and by taking others' money because their own system is unsustainable. They started to lose control. They started the war, and yeah, didn't work out. But worked out or not, it shows that the cracks are there, and it's not just cracks anymore. The whole image is falling apart, and America is just like Trump built everything on image. Without that image, when you see what's under all the fancy clothes, you realize it's something you don't want to look at. So honestly, I don't know what's coming now. I have no idea where are we heading, because everything will change now. And I bet on it. It's impossible that things would be back as they were, not to mention because this year was, or last year, both of them, when there were these Gen Z revolutions already starting in the East. Which means there is a new generation finally who are not willing to take this shit anymore. And I can only hope that more of us will stand up and say, we had enough of this world order. And we have enough of all those old people with old money wanting to control everything. There's a hope right now. And in general, I'm a very pessimist, researcher. I don't really believe in these kind of things, but I do want to hope as well that there is a hope right now that the new generation, the young generation, will change things because we have the chance. And with all this shit that's happening right now in the world, more and more people will see the truth. And maybe we can build something great out of it. I just don't know how much soul will be lost for it. Already, right now, what's happening in the Middle East, that's just unreal. In the 21st century, we still have to sacrifice tens of thousands of people. Altogether in Ukraine and the Middle East, hundreds of thousands of people, plus 100,000 already. For again suffer for generations when we're trying to build something, because all those people, all those children right now who will survive this genocide, this apartheid, this Nazi regime of Israel, will have no choice than wanting to seek revenge, because when you see your family die in front of you, then of course you will want to take a weapon, wouldn't you?